I've got Hannah Loller here with me, our correspondent from the River Murray Netball Association. Hannah, welcome back.
Great to be with you, Dan, again to reflect on last week and preview this week's great netball coming up.
That's right. It was a good round in round two, so we'll start it off with the Southern Suns defeating Tailem Bend 54-25. What did you make of that game?
Yeah, so I was actually fortunate to be out there for the Suns' first home game at Pinaroo, and what an amazing achievement that club has done in pulling together. It was great atmosphere and vibe, and it was a warm day, but actually to the netball, better focus on the netball, Suns were just fabulous. Defensively, Liv Clark and Taylor Dabinet, really made it tough going for the Tailem team. Tailem had their gun shooter Mel Edwards come off injured within the first couple of minutes. And whilst they tried hard, they matched them for a quarter. Suns are going to be a force to be reckoned with, and got away 54-25. The ANZAC medalist, so it was ANZAC round for these games, was Liv Clark in goalkeeper. Really great to watch her on the court.
And in our next game, Mallee Storm 44 defeated Jervois 38.
Yeah, I hear this was a really close, clean, quick contest. The Storm keep proving their worth in this league as well. And the ANZAC medalist there was the, ever trying her heart out and delivering great netball and speed and agility around the court, Kiara Pake. So, interestingly, Suns top and Storm third. So who would have picked the Mallee teams would have come in and been in those top three spots, and it's a testament to the level of netballers that is out in the Mallee, and it's great to see them doing so well.
Absolutely. Mallee causing a bit of a stir in the competition there, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out as the season goes on, and it looks like it's being a very competitive competition so far. And on to our next game, the Imperials in a very tight 4-goal win, 46-42 over Maipolonga.
Yeah, so this was a really keenly anticipated rematch of the grand final last year. Imps came out strong and took a 4-goal lead into the first quarter break, and Maipo pegged it back, but Imps was able to just create some turnovers and some accurate shooting, got them to the final scoreline of that 4-goal win. The ANZAC medalist there was Lucy Harkness, so really fitting and worthy winner of the ANZAC medal there. So, Imps, as we predicted last week, did actually get the points this round, but it'll be the game to watch in the next round, I think. Next time they meet, there hopefully will be a few more come and watch great netball be played.
Definitely a friendly little rivalry to keep an eye on there. And into our last game of the round, one that wasn't quite so close, Mannum 68 defeated the Coorong Cats 28.
Yeah, so Mannum have a great, strong club with lots of good people around, and Zed had the week off, so they were keen to hit the courts and certainly got it done pretty comfortably. The ANZAC medalist over there was Bridie Sims, and the incentive from Mannum went to Phoebe Wegner. So, they've got age and experience on the court as well as some youthful enthusiasm. And, as expected, Mannum got that win. Cats will benefit from being exposed to that high level of play, and I'm sure they'll learn from that for future rounds.
Mannum opening up their season with a win, and the Ramblers had the bye in round 2, but they're back in action in round 3, travelling to Maipolonga.
They are, and so for Ramblers this week there will be, so this is part B of the ANZAC medal round. Ramblers will get their opportunity to play in that match with Maipo. I think Maipo coming off a loss last week, that will hurt them. And I think that they will get that one over Ramblers. Maipo will be too strong in that game, I believe.
Jervois looking for their first win of the season. They'll be hosting the Southern Suns, who are sitting on top of the ladder.
Yeah, and so whilst Jervois, are happily going along this season, they've had a couple of close matches and playing good netball, But on the basis of what I saw last week of the Suns and being coached by Muriel Walter, so she's such a smart coach. She really understands netball at its to great depth and can make coaching moves that just play out. So, yeah, I think they'll be too strong. And I hear that they're back at full strength. I think they'll have their full team. They weren't at their full strength last week, so look out, Jervois. I think the Suns will get that as a third win and probably stay top of the table.
Promising signs for the Suns, and two more undefeated teams, Mallee Storm and the Imperials, facing off.
Oh, I'm so excited to see this. I think this is the really good test for Storm to see how they'll go against that powerhouse club of Imps. I think there'll be some great matchups. I think, Maddie Farley on Casey D. Michelle, and I'll be really keen to see who Imps put up to match up against Kiara Paik. There could be an interesting little tussle depending on where young Jess Kerr from the Storm plays. She could be even against her coach. She's a rep team. She's in the under-17s rep team for the association, and the rep team coach is Olivia Bolt. So it'll be pretty good to see the coach up against one of her rep team players, but I'm not quite sure where they'll all land on the court. I'm predicting Imps will take this one, but it's going to, I think, be one keenly watched by all in the association to really get a gauge of what Storm can deliver this year.
Should be a good game indeed. Always a little bit of extra motivation, little bit of, added heat when you're playing against one of your coaches. So we'll see how that one plays out. And in the final game of the round, Mannum travelling to Tailem Bend.
They are, and this game's going to be played under lights at 5:30, so this has become a bit of a tradition. This will be, I think, the third or fourth time that happens. So the A-grade match kicks off at the end of football, so it gives an opportunity for footballers to get across and support A-grade netball. It tends to be a curry night and great atmosphere around the court. So no excuses why people can't be all eyes on the A-grade this matchup. I'm hoping Mel Edwards will be back on the court for this round. They've got some younger goalers, Taylor, and the likes of my daughter, but Bridie Roller, she had her first A-grade game last week, probably a bit overwhelmed by the occasion, and will only learn from it. And so I think they'll come back from that experience of playing the Suns, but I think Mannum will be too strong under lights, and the experience that they've got on the court will get them probably with a good win. But yeah, great atmosphere and really good to get around the girls and watch it.
Playing under lights, the main event sounds like a good spectacle, and hopefully plenty of the footballers do come out to support the girls. And the Coorong Cats have got the bye this weekend, so they'll be back in action in round 4. But we'll talk more about round 4 next week. Hannah, thank you so much for joining us. It sounds like it's going to be a great week in the association. So enjoy the netball, and we'll chat to you next week.
Looking forward to it, Dan. Thank you. Bye.